In this lesson we're going to work through Lead Me to the Cross by Brooke Fraser from Hillsong. And we're going to learn a variety of different techniques. So the song is written in the key of D, but we're actually going to use C shapes with a capo or a capo on fret number 2 because it works particularly well for the song. And actually some more delicate songs in the key of D work really well using C shapes instead. We're also going to look at strumming patterns as well. We're going to look at different ways of playing those C-shaped bass chords. And then lastly, we're going to look at the really nice intro riff played on acoustic guitar, note for note. So first we're going to work through the first portion of the song with the backing track, and I'll demo to you what's going on, and then we'll pull it apart after that. Just a note on these backing tracks, these are taken from our Worship Backing Band multi-track series. So these backing tracks are especially designed for musicians in small churches where maybe you've just got, say, a guitar and a keyboard, and you can get rid of any of the parts in the backing tracks. So you could get rid of different types of guitars, vocals, drums, bass, whatever you've got, so you can mix it according to your set of live musicians and then actually play to the backing track. On this particular mix for the backing track, we've left out the click tracks, but we've kept in the other instruments as well as my vocal cue. So if you hear two of me, that's exactly what's going on. Acoustic guitar intro, 4 bars. 1, 2, 3 on the riff, so it's... And then the chords are A minor, G, played slightly differently, F, C, G, A minor, G, F, C, G, D minor 7, G, and then A minor, G, and then F, and then we go into a chorus. So first up, let's just look at the intro. I'll demo it to you again and we'll pull it apart. So to play it with me, the best thing to do is learn the chords first. Now we're doing 2 beats on each chord, so if you start with an A minor, and just give me that 2 strikes, so it's 1, 2, and then we go to a G chord. Now you notice I play the G slightly differently here, so normally you play a G like that, but just to get my fingers around there quick enough, I actually play a G with just 2 fingers here, and I'm just using my 3rd ring finger, and that means that I'm dampening that A string there, and then the little one on the 1st string. Just like that. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So try that with me. 3, 4, so it's A minor, G, and then we move to an F chord. Now instead of having to do the F like that, what we've actually got is an F add 9, and there's a couple of ways of playing that. So firstly, we can play it like this. And what that means is if you take a C chord, you tuck your little finger behind it on string 4, the D string, and it's effectively fret 3 if we're counting the capo there. So, and now this finger becomes redundant. Now you can either, if you want to make it a bit brighter, put your 1st finger across the first 2 strings like that, on fret number 1, so it's like that. So that's the F, so that's an F add 9 as a substitute for F. And anytime you see an F chord, you can use this. So even if your keyboard player is playing an F, you can still use that one. It's a really nice trick to get you out of playing a bar chord. The other way to do it is even easier. Because this is quite an ambiguous kind of sound, you can actually use a C suspended chord. So it's the very same thing, but this time your 1st finger isn't barring across at all. So you've just gone from the C to the C suspended, and you can take that one off if you want to. And it just loosens up the sound a little bit. So just to recap, what we've got here is A minor, so 2 beats, G, F, And then we go back from a C to a G on beats 3 and 4. Now what I do here on the intro is literally go C, and then we do a C sus2 where you just take off your second finger. And I'm just really playing strings 5, 4 and 3. So it's, so you just hear that sound kind of go down almost. So to recap, try play this with me. So 3, 4, so it's A minor, G, F, and then C sus2. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So A minor, G, F, C, 2. If you need to pause your player and just work out that chords, that's fine. And for the second half of the intro, you just hold the F as we get there. So it sounds like this. So it's A minor, G, and then F, 2, 3, 4, and then we go into the verse. So let's try the chords together for that entire intro. On the A minor, 3, 4. So it's A minor, G, F, C sus2, A minor, G, F. Let's try it again. And A minor, G, F, C sus2, A minor, G, F. Now in order to make it sound like the riff, we just need to do a few hammer-ons and work with the strumming pattern as well. So the first bit sounds like this. So let's split apart what I'm doing there. So firstly on the A minor, what I'm actually doing is, and it's all downstrokes, so it's, you take off your second and third fingers, you keep your first finger on there, and what we do, we hammer onto the notes we're already playing in the A minor chord. So first you do a downstroke in the middle strings, and you hammer on, so just like that. So start with string 5, and then you hammer on quite fast, so you stab into the string, just like that with your second finger. Try and do it quite hard, so you do it quite fast, just like that. And then we do the same thing with your ring finger, so it's down hammer, and then you do down again on the sort of the top strings. So it sounds like this. So try that with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. 2, 3, 4. So remember, they're all down strokes, so it's down, hammer, down, hammer, down. If you need to pause your player just to get that, do so now. And then when we come to the G chord, we're basically doing up, stop, up, down, down. So put into context, it sounds like this. So it's... So if you go on the G chord, and we're doing an up, stop, and I'm doing the stop with the kind of the fleshy part of my palm there. So it's literally up, stop, and then it's up, down, down. So just try that, just go up, stop, up, down, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, stop, up, down, down. You try it, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, stop, up, down, down. Again, let's practice that together. So A minor to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time, 2, 3, 4. And then when we add the F and then the C and then the C sus2, it sounds like this. So it's up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So say it out loud. So say up, down, down, up, down, up, down. And then when we hit the up downs, I'm hitting the treble strings for the up and the bass strings for the downs. So it sounds like up, down, down, up, down, up, down. And that gives the changing notes on the bass there. Again, let's practice that together. So ready? On the F, so it's 3, 4. Up, down, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Last time, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, down, up, down, up, down. And then the second half of that intro is just simply the same riff on A minor, same on the G, and then you just strike the F once. And on that time I would use the C suspended chord as your chord, because we've got that effectively top E there, and it sounds nice and ambiguous. So it sounds like this. So it's, and you just let it ring. Now let's put all those bits and pieces together and we'll practice the whole intro together and do it round a few times. 3, 4. Last time, 3, 4. As we move on to the chords in the verse, we'll just do a basic strumming pattern to go with it. So if you put on an A minor chord, and we're literally just going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that really is a simple pattern, but actually for a song like this, that's all it really needs. We do embellish it slightly in the chorus, but for the verse it just keeps it nice and strong and straight. The chords themselves in the verse are just literally A minor, G, F for a bar each. So it's A minor, G, F, and then C and G in that fourth bar. And I'll just demo how I play that. So it's like this, 3, 4, so it's G, F, and then a C, G. And you'll notice that last G, I've changed slightly how I play it. And it's simply because when we go from the C to the G, I've actually just made an emphasis of that bass note. So I'm really playing a C, I'm really playing a G over B, just like that there. So instead of playing a G chord like that, or like that, what I'm actually doing there is just putting my second finger on string 5 fret number 2. So I've dropped from the C note down to the B note, and then I've just got my little finger up there effectively on the D note if we're counting the capo, and then I'm letting that top E actually ring. And it just works particularly well with these sets of chords. So play that along with me on the A minor and I'll guide you through. 3, 4, A minor, G, F, C, G for B, A minor, G, F, C, G. And that's just literally twice all the way through that verse. Then when we come to the pre-chorus, the first two chords are D minor and G. Now when we play the D minor chord, I actually prefer to use the D minor 7 because it falls really nicely under the fingers with the types of chords we've been playing. So we've got the C chord there, So what I want you to do is actually with your first finger, just to get the D minor 7, if you just bar it across the first 2 strings, so it should already be from a C chord on string 2, the B string fret 1, and then if you just bar it across, so it's just on the first fret effectively after the capo, on those first 2 strings, and then with your second finger, I want you to play it there. So we've got that sort of sound. So it's actually on the G string, fret 2 if we're counting the capo there, and you play 4 strings. And that gives you a D minor 7. It's a slightly different sound to the D minor, but I think it actually works really, really nicely, and it falls so nicely under the fingers. So that's D minor for a bar. The next bar is G. Now, we could do G for a bar on the 1, 2. If you want to embellish it a little bit, and be careful about embellishing all the time, but it does give quite a nice thing that follows the melody, what we could do is a G sus to a G. So it'd sound like this. G sus. And what I've done there, I've taken the G chord, and I've got my first finger free, and I put it on the C note there, so it's just there. So it's the second string, fret number 1. And when we go from the G sus, so it's G sus 4 to a G, it feels like it's kind of unresolved to a resolved sound. So you can do that if you want to, or just keep on a G. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's practice those 2 chords together. 3, 4. So D minor. And you could just do a G. Or with a suspended chord. 3, 4. G sus. G. One more time. 3, 4. G sus. And then you've got A minor, G, F after that. So A minus G is half a bar each. G. And then you leave the F just to hang. And again, I'd probably use the C sus as my substitute there. So let's put that whole line together. After me, 3, 4, D minor. G sus, G, A minor, G, and let the F hang. 2, 3, 4. Next, let's look at the chorus chords.